Today we explore the culturally rich country of China. We will be uncovering the geographic dynamics that the country has, as well as indulging into the climate of the country and how their circumstances may have an impact on what they can produce for themselves or have to import into the country instead. China consumes a massive just over 20% of land within Asia, making it the second largest country in terms of size in the entire continent and the fourth largest in the world. In terms of population, China is also the second largest, closely following India, which only houses around 3 million more citizens than China. China has many major cities, but the two of the most notable ones probably being Shanghai and Beijing, with Beijing being the capital and having just over 20 million residents. Next, we move towards waterways and interior transportation within China. With China having over 5,800 rivers throughout the country, the use of these waterways can be used much more frequently than in other countries, for not just people, but also for supplies and materials. The main four rivers that are used in China are the Huangpu River and the Beijing-Huangzhou Grand Canal, with the other two being some of the most famous rivers in history, the Yangtze River and the Yellow River. From water and waterways to mountain ranges, the Chinese landscape bears one of the largest and most well-known mountains in the world, Mount Everest. The 5 largest mountains in the world are found in China. This makes constructions like the Great Wall of China even more impressive when we take into consideration the landscape of the country and the work it would take to bring supplies and materials to those heights almost 2,000 years ago. China has many rainforests, including one of Asia's largest ones in Xishuangbanna, which, according to an article about the rainforest on wikipedia.org, this rainforest also entails a very diverse fauna of birds, mammals, reptiles, and amphibians, which represents 36, 21, and 14% of China's biodiversity, respectively, which shows the incredible size and density of the rainforest. Lastly, for this slide, we explore the Chinese tundras, which there are only 2 of, one on Altai Mountain and one on Shangbai Mountain. There is very little that makes these tundral areas different to any other, but nonetheless, they exhibit China's very vast landscape and climatic variation throughout the country. Next, we move towards natural resources and production. Moving toward the end of this presentation, we will be finishing on natural resources that the Chinese land holds for the world. China are one of the leading countries in the production of gold, as well as the 3rd largest producer of iron and the 5th largest in the extraction of oil, and of course the largest grower of bamboo. In conclusion of this presentation, we see that overall, we find China to be a vast and diverse country with many ways of transportation and their dominance in the world, as most importantly, we now know more about the geographical aspect of the country. To top off this presentation, I must give thanks to the 2 sources I used, the first being Science Direct and the second and final one being wikipedia.org. Thank you for listening.